Yo, what's going on, PokeMoshPit Beta? This is TheWizhBone here. Got a great battle, UU battle versus Butler93Pokemad. Be sure to stop by his channel and check him out. And let's get it in, guys. Gonna decide to lead off with my Yixie, and he's gonna lead off with his Galvantula. And I really don't want to take a Bug Buzz at the moment, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch out into my Troy. Him predicting the switch, he's gonna go for the Volt switch, which is pretty nice for him because he does get that switch advantage. But he goes out to his Roserade, I guess, just to set up those toxic spikes really early on, if that is exactly what his variant is. But yeah, he goes for the Sleep Powder. I'm not too worried about it because I would rather have my Registeel Sleep Foddered because I can take hits fairly well and wake up, you know, within the turns that I take those hits. So, gonna switch out right here, go on to my Yixie. Really do not know why, but I guess just to scout out to see what he was going to go for, if he's carrying the HP Fire or whatnot. But yeah, really stupid move right here. I'm going to switch out right here and go into my Heracross. Not too sure why. I guess thinking that regular Toxic is better than, you know, Toxic, if you guys understand where I'm coming from. But yeah, he goes for a Sludge Bomb, and it does a shit ton of damage, and I really do not want specs on this Roserade. So seeing that it is a really huge threat to my Heracross at the moment, I'm going to want to use T-Wave and cripple this fucker. So now that I have the Roserade T-Wave, he's going to go for opt to go for a Sludge Bomb. And yep, that's going to do a nice decent chunk to me, and I really do not want to give specs to him, so I'm going to try to avoid giving this Roserade specs. So go out into my Registeel just to wall him as he goes out into his Umbreon, which I'm kind of fearing at the moment because I still don't know what kind of variant he's using, like baton passing setup, I guess. But he actually carries the Heal Bell, which is kind of great to know since his Roserade does not carry Natural Cure. I don't think he can carry Sleep Powder and Toxic Spikes along with the Natural Cure ability. So luckily I wake up, I go for the Toxic to get some residual damage on Umbreon, and he switches out into his Hitmontop, which is kind of a win-win situation for me. Really doesn't matter. Both of them are fairly bulky, and I'm getting some nice residual damage in. So go into my Yixie to take the fighting move, and he goes for the high jump kick, revealing that he does not have CC. So seeing the high jump kick, I'm not too sure, you know, what kind of other moves he's running, if he's running the Sucker Punch or Mach Punch. So I'm going to have to scout those out later. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Trick. I guess he was predicting that. I thought he was going to go for the Rapid Spin, predicting the Stealth Rocks. But yeah, he just decides to go out into his Roserade, which is kind of bad for me because now this Roserade has specs and it's going to be a really huge threat. So, he's going to go ahead and go for the Sleep Powder. I'm not too worried about it because Yixie is at its deathbed right now. It's at a low amount of HP. And it's basically fodder at the moment. So I'm going to go onto my Rotom, fear him out with the Overheat. I'm going to go for the Volt Switch, getting that nice switch initiative as he goes out into his Umbreon. And now I'm going to be able to go out into my Heracross and fire off a Mega Horn, at least try to. So he's going to go for a Heal Bell, and basically I'm trying to force him to bring out his Umbreon because I really need to take this down if I want my team to end up working. So he does carry the Protect, which is rather unfortunate. I'm just crossing my finger he doesn't get the double Protect. But the next move he does really confuses me a lot, and what I would have done, I would have actually tried to bank on that second Parahax or switch out into my Roserade as Death Fodder since it is paralyzed. Well, it's not paralyzed anymore, but yep. Mega Horn connects on the Galvantula really bad. I would pick Galvantula over Roserade any day of the week, any day of the year, anytime, whatever. But yeah, it's gonna be a double downer. I'm gonna go onto my Rotom since I am Scarfed as he goes out into his Victini. Pretty risky move, to be honest, if he did carry the whatever Victini's carry. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and go into my Yixie as fodder as he goes for the U-turn, which is pretty nice to know because now it revealed to me that he's not choiced in a way, he is Life Orbed, so that's gonna be great to know. But he has the fucking Crash. I'm gonna save my Yixie as fodder, go on to my Registeel just to basically wall his ass and go for the Toxic to get some residual damage on this Crest. And he reveals to me that it is a dual screening, which is going to be a pain in the ass to take down. But I never had a really hard time, you know, with Cresses before, since I just Toxic stalled them all day with Registeel. So he's gonna go out into his Beyblade, predicting the switch. I'm gonna go for the T-Wave, which is pretty nice because I'm still trying to force this Umbreon out. And, you know, just trying to take it out because, you know, as I said before, if I want my team to work, I'm going to need to have Pokes paralyzed. So, going to go on to my Yixie as fodder as he goes for the Fake Out. And seeing the Fake Out, he's probably not carrying Sucker Punch. He's probably carrying Mach Punch along with the High Jump Kick and Rapid Spin with the Fake Out. So, I'm going to go on to my Rotom. And he does go for the Mach Punch. And I'm going to go ahead and go for the Volt Switch as basically just to scout out, to see what kind of variant he is. Most of them are special D, but since he has Crest, I'm not too sure if he's running a physically defensive one or not. But yep, gonna go on to my Mismagius and go for the trick as he goes out into his Umbreon, which is perfect because this is what I was trying to do the whole time, forcing him to bring out his Umbreon each and every time I paralyzed or status 2 or more of his pokes. So gonna go for the nasty plot, predicting him to go for the heal bell, which is pretty nice because I get up to +2, and I know one more turn of light screen is gonna be there. So I'm gonna go ahead and go for one more nasty plot, get that +4 now. And basically I'm trying to cross my fingers to see if a +4 stab Shadow Ball modest from Mismagius is gonna be enough to take down this Crest. And it is gonna be enough to take him down, so it's really easy to deal with this Crest right here. I do it often, but most of them are just basically stalling them out in RU matches. But yeah, I do carry the HP fighting, which is gonna do a nice decent chunk to the Umbreon. Sadly, since it's not stab, of course, it's not gonna do that much. And then he carries the payback. Ouch. But I live with 3 HP, which is perfect because I'm going to be able to fire off another HP fighting and wreck this fucking Umbreon. So now I can actually go for the T-Wave and paralyze, the rest of his pokes that are threatening me. Basically, it's just his Victini and his Rosaraids that are really huge threats to my team at the moment. So he's going to go out to his Victini. If I was a timid nature, I probably would have outsped him and possibly swept the whole team with this Mismagius. But he's gonna outspeed me since it's probably a jolly Victini I'm working with right here. So gonna go ahead and go into my Rotom, fear him out since I am Scarfed. I'm gonna go for the Volt Switch, which is pretty nice because I get that switch advantage, and seeing them out that Volt Switch dealt, it's gonna be a great OHKO on that, not OHKO, but a great KO on that Victini. So gonna go on to my Ray. I forgot I gave him the choice specs, but it does a decent amount of damage. It doesn't kill, well, not decent, but it does a shit ton of damage. But luckily I do get the T-Wave off on this Rosaraid, which is going to be pretty great because now my Slowking will outspeed it. And I do carry the Flamethrower, but I really don't want to go for the Flamethrower right here. So I'm going to go out into my Registeel just to completely wall his Rosaraid as he gets the Power Hacks, which is rather unfortunate. But then again, I would have took that Energy Ball pretty well. As he goes out into his Hitmontop, predicting the switch, I'm going to go for another T-Wave, which is pretty nice because now my Slowking is going to be able to outspeed him also and possibly, just basically try to kill him. So he's going to opt to go for the Mach Punch as I go for the Iron Head to trap him in that Power Flinching scenario. That's great because Registeel does have, of course, Iron Head. But what am I saying? So we're just going to keep going for Iron Heads, just hoping for that flinch or the para as he goes for the high jump kick. And he misses, and he crashes, and he dies. So that's great. I didn't have to, keep Iron Heading, this Hitmontop. So he goes on to his Victini. I'm basically just going to leave my Registeel in as fodder at this moment just to get the -1s in defense. And basically just to get some Life Orb damage in. So it's going to be great because all I have is my Slowking, which will outspeed a Rosaraid, and my Rotom, which will outspeed the Victini. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Volt Switch, get some nice extra damage on this Rosaraid. If I had my Stealth Rocks, I really wouldn't have to worry about, this Victini switching in and out like this. But, stupid moves are stupid moves sometimes, man. Stealth Rocks are really important, guys. You guys should always use them. But, yeah, go on to my Slowking. Gonna go ahead and fire off that Flamethrower, take out the Rosaraid. I really didn't think that this Flamethrower would end up killing it since Rosaraid does have that nice, decent bulk. But then again, Slowking does have nice special attack, and I am carrying some special attack EVs on this Slowking set. So, gonna leave my Slowking in as fodder as he goes for the Fusion Bolt, which is pretty nice because I'm going to see what he locks himself into. And if possible, I can take the Fusion Bolt with my Rotom Heat, which is great. I myself would have went for the V-Create, but then again, my Slowking does resist it. But going to fire off the last Volt Switch, take him out, and that's going to be a good game. So, great game, Butler93Pokemad. Stop by his channel and check him out. And if you guys enjoyed this narration, stop by my channel and check my channel out also. And be sure to sub to the Mosh Pit, thumbs the video up if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment. You guys let me know how I did, etc., etc. And that is going to be it, guys. Peace!